Hey guys, Jacob here, and this is going to be another video on a named piece. And this is going to be a gun you guys are pretty familiar with. This is a gun that is from the Ivory box when you killed all the hunters, and that's going to be the Shield Splinterer. This is a weapon that was, early on in the game. A lot of people were trying to get it to unlock that box to actually actually open it up and see what was inside, and this is what the weapon was. Originally, this is what the one that was in the box, which had measured on it and optimized in rhythm. This is the one you got from the Hunter box. You can see it's hitting at 15.7, and this is the previous one, so the weapons aren't retroactive, so you can't actually use the one from the previous update. I mean, you can, but it's not going to be as good as the new one due to the fact that the talent is not a perfect talent, and there's actually no point for it. The only reason I kept the guns are to compare them to the new variants, and after I've compared them, I'm most likely going to just remove them because I will not really need them anymore. But this is the original one. It says in the description, reads, the direct approach is best, hitting at 15.7, 850 RPM, and 30 round mag. And it does have measured on it, optimized in rhythm, has a standard 5.56 weapon slot, where the magazine slot and the muzzle slot in the optic rail, so you can pretty much put any attachment you want on here. There's no grip, but if you want to use it for PvP or PvE, you could put the crit damage, or the damage to elites. Same goes for the scope, and have the 50 round mag in here as well, or have 50 rounds total with the 20 plus round mag. Now, the difference between this one and the new one is going to be the new one, which is hitting at 18.2, which is a little bit stronger, obviously, because it's a little bit higher, base damage, but it has perfect Optimus on it. Weapon damage is increased by 5% for every 10% of ammo that is missing from the magazine. And to me, that's pretty cool that they actually did make this gun actually maybe viable and people might actually use it. And you can throw a legger on here to get the RPM up a little bit higher, so this gun actually may not be too bad in the DZ or PvE if you want to have a little bit higher RPM gun, but it's also hitting a little bit harder. This is hitting close to, I think, my 19.6 visible hand, which is, you guys can see below there, and it's also hitting close to my P416, which it's only a little bit lower, but I could throw different mods on there and throw devastating and actually get this up a little bit higher. This is on a tip of the spear build, and this is even on my DPS build, and this thing has a tiny bit of damage to it, and it's not completely useless, and you can use it. So if you're running a build that has 5 or reds less, or 5 reds or less, you can pretty much just throw this on here and use this, and it's a pretty cool weapon. To acquire this, you can get this out of the box if you haven't opened it, but I'm not sure if it's going to be the new one or the older one. I'm not sure if they've really changed that. I imagine they probably have, but you can go down here to Casa Mendoza at the moment and pick this weapon up for yourself. It costs like 6,000 credits next to the settlement, and the snitch is actually in this same area. If you go to the underground and at least see what's for me and talk to him, then it will open. You should be able to go there and buy the weapon. Another area you can look to find this is just around the map, where they have like the targeted loot for weapons and stuff like that, and maybe get your hands on it and just pick it up randomly. But overall, this weapon is actually a pretty decent improvement compared to the original. One thing I will note with all the named pieces, if you go to the Shield Splinter, which has perfect Optimus on here, you cannot change it. This talent is stuck. You can change distance, greased, all these, and throw something else on here, but you cannot throw this on there. If you guys want another example between normal Optimus and that, I will show you guys the P416 that is Optimus, which has 3% for every 10% ammo that's missing from the magazine, and it still does require 5 or less, and that's pretty much the difference. Is this one gives you 5% increased weapon damage, and the other one gives you 3. But that's a quick video on that weapon, guys. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Division 2 content, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.